What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? In this video, we're going to talk briefly about Super Mario Run. So, of course, the big news today is that Super Mario Run launched just a while ago, and it's available right now on the App Store for the iPad and the iPhone, so it is a universal app. And although the gameplay mechanics have been built from the outset with a touchscreen device like the iPhone in mind, it's still very tried and true Mario. You're going to notice that a lot of the familiar gameplay mechanics are still there, although the control is obviously different because there aren't any face buttons or a directional pad to control Mario. So at first glance, it may appear that the game has been dumbed down a bit, but I think that's the wrong adjective to describe the gameplay mechanics. It's actually very clever and quite challenging as well, especially if you try to do all the coin challenges. You're going to find that this takes some definite practice to get down. Now, although this is an auto runner type of game, which means that Mario constantly moves to the right automatically, there are some instances where you're going to find Mario moving to the left, or you're going to find Mario stopped, and users can exercise a fair amount of control over Mario and the gameplay mechanics in general. It's, like I said, very clever the way Nintendo has pulled this off. It's perhaps the most complex runner that I've ever played on an iOS device because there's just so much to consider. Even though you're only using that one hand and the game sort of holds your hand along the way, both novice gamers and veterans will find this game very enjoyable because it can get very challenging if you determine that you want to go ahead and fulfill all of the challenges and complete the game to 100%. Now, although the main meat and potatoes of Super Mario Run consist of the world tour, where you have those 6 different worlds with 4 levels on each, there are various other facets of this game, such as the rally mode or the build mode, that will serve as a good distraction as well. So let's look at the tour again briefly here. You see those 6 different worlds. There are 4 levels on each world. The free version of the game, or the game that you get when you initially download Super Mario Run, consists of just those first 3 levels, and then you get about 20 seconds of that 4th level on World 1. So let's just go into World 1-1 here. It's called Up and Over. And again, Mario starts running by himself. And really, you don't even have to touch the screen for the majority of this level, because you're going to notice that Mario just automatically runs through the level. He'll even jump over the Goombas like that, and he will proceed toward the go. Now, there will be times when you need to interact with the screen, such as right here, or when encountering certain enemies, or when encountering a ditch like that. You're going to need to jump by tapping the screen. But thankfully, the game is fairly forgiving. If you have any lives left, you'll basically go in that little bubble, and you'll go back towards the beginning of the level. You can tap the bubble, or tap the screen to burst the bubble so that Mario falls out in an ideal place. And that is actually kind of handy, because if you're doing coin challenges, you can actually die on purpose so that you can go back and grab the coins that you may have missed. So you have to kind of use that to your advantage. Those lives are important. So we're going to advance toward the goal here. Again, notice how he just jumps over the Goombas. Just like that. And grab those coins. Each level has 3 coin challenges. So you have the pink coins, the purple coins, and sort of like the dark gray coins or the black coins. Coin challenges can get very challenging. Same familiar Mario music when completing a level. And you can see here on this screen how many of the different enemies you have defeated. So quite a few Goombas there that we've gotten rid of. And we can proceed. So you can just progress through each world just by tapping on the level you wish to go to. Again, this last one on 1-4 only gives you 20 seconds until you purchase the full game. And it's definitely worth it. If you're a Mario fan, $9.99 one-time purchase. They're not going to nickel and dime you with in-app purchases. There's a one-time $9.99 purchase for this game. And in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I've only played it for about half an hour. I've gone ahead and purchased the game, unlocked the full thing, and have started progressing through it. And I have to admit, I was a little skeptical at first, especially when I first played the game, like the first level. I was like, oh, this is kind of childish. It's kind of dumbed down. But after playing it for a while, I really learned quickly that the game is a lot more challenging than it appears on the surface here. So that $9.99 purchase price, I think, is worth it. You get all 6 worlds. And it doesn't just stop there. We'll talk about the rally and various other aspects of Super Mario Run here in a second. If you want some details on your progress, you can tap the little button at the top, the disclosure triangle, get some more details on your progress throughout the world tour. And here is your sort of main screen. You can go into the rally mode from this screen. This is called the Toad Rally. And basically, you progress through a level and you try to earn style points. And the more toads that you own, the more that will choose to live in your Mushroom Kingdom, and basically you can flesh out your kingdom by doing well on the Toad Rally. So it's sort of like a ghost race, sort of, kind of. But you can see the other player behind, and he's trying to outdo me, or I'm trying to outdo him with the various style points by doing, jumps and collecting coins. And you can see the toads cheer me on. And basically, you just keep going until the time runs out. So the time is about to run out. And then we'll tally up the results. Sergey didn't do too well. I like it because they don't make Sergey feel too bad. Alright, so you can see the Toad Rally completes. All the toads go to my kingdom. Tap next. Go back to the kingdom. And you get little rewards and things of that nature. Some fireworks. You can level up. So you build your castle up. And you can also flesh out your kingdom by doing sort of an Animal Crossing style build out. So to do so, you need to tap the build button in the bottom right hand corner, which is right here. And then you'll see various buttons to manage your kingdom. So you have put away, move, place. So things you purchase, you can place them down. And then you have the shop where you can go and actually buy stuff. So you have decorations. And each of these uses coins that you collect as you play through the world tour. So the blue heel pear, I can buy that. And I can just place it down, just like that. So again, those are the building aspects to Super Mario Run. Very limited, obviously, but nonetheless, nice to have. I'm going to boost that replayability up a little bit. There's also the gift box. Now, if you link your Nintendo ID, you're going to be able to unlock Toad right at the outset. So you don't even have to do anything. Just link your My Nintendo account, and then you will find Toad available to unlock. And when you want to use Toad, you just, for instance, go to World 1-1, tap the little refresh button there, and then choose your character. And there are various other characters that you'll be able to play as, and you can see what you need to do to unlock those characters. So Toad is very easy to do. Just link your Nintendo ID, and you're good to go. There's Toad right there in World 1-1. Another cool aspect of Super Mario Run is the ability to add friends from Twitter and Facebook, and you can do so by exiting the World Tour here, getting back to your main screen, and then tapping on the Friends button in the upper left-hand corner, and it's going to load up all of your friends if you have any added yet, and it's going to give you suggested friends as well from your Twitter account if you choose to link that, or from Facebook if you choose to link that. And the really cool thing is that you can monitor your friends' progress. So you can see things like how many coins they've collected, the top course they've cleared, how many Toad rallies they've won, etc. So this feels like a proper Nintendo game with all the options, the sound effects, the interface even seems like something from a Nintendo console. This is very much a Nintendo game with very opinionated Nintendo design that happens to be on an iOS device. And in typical Nintendo fashion, you'll find things like bonus games. So we get to find the prize at the end. And all of this serves as a very nice distraction from the main gameplay, but again, all of this would be pointless if the game had terrible gameplay mechanics. But thankfully, Super Mario Run is a solid game in that area. The gameplay mechanics, although designed with the iPhone's touchscreen in mind, are very well thought out. And although the control mechanics are very easy to pick up and play for a novice, there's also enough depth here to keep even seasoned gamers happy and keep them challenged, I'd say it'd take more than a few hours to complete this game at 100%, just because of the coin challenges, and then you have the toad rallies, and then you have the building aspects of Super Mario Run, not to mention any other bonus content that Nintendo may have planned for us down the line. But the point is that this game is a one-time $9.99 purchase right from the outset. There are no additional in-app purchases, so it's a one-time fee, and that nets you a bona fide Mario game, which is something that you can't really say about any other Mario game before. This has to be one of the cheapest brand new Mario games that has ever launched, if not the cheapest, and that in itself is significant. So ladies and gentlemen, again, I have just briefly touched on some of the actual gameplay of Super Mario Run. I'm only about 30 minutes in, and I'm still learning the various mechanics, but I can tell you right now that I am sold, and I can see myself enjoying this game for quite a few hours into the future. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. This is Jeff, 9to5Mac.